Hello everyone, it's Val. I'm here with Day Ledger number 6 with her debossed cover. She's like a navy blue color, really pretty. I put some paper collage here on the front with this paper doll that I glazed, and then she's got some vintage cloth on her spine there with some cloth labels that I put on. And look at the back of her. Isn't she pretty? Yeah, I also put on some corner protectors that are metal. So good, yeah. And she's got, of course, elastic closure for expansion with some pretty beads. These beads are so pretty. I picked them up at the bead store. I only got 2 of these, so that's it. They're beautiful though. They kind of remind me of hearts on them. And a little bit of lace here as well. All right, let's start the tour. And this Day Ledger series is 10 inches high by 7 3/8 of an inch. These are all approximate. The spine is approximately 2 inches. So there we go. You got that. And she's got 3 signatures. Whoops, let me show you that too. 3 signatures. And 180 page sides plus. And I think you know why I say plus, but we'll get into her. I'll show you. All right, so here in the front part, I'm going to pull those beads out. There we go. In the front part, I constructed a pocket. She's got some cloth here and, variety of papers throughout. She's got a lot of antique and, of course, vintage and contemporary papers. So you guys know all that anyway. So some things in this pocket here. This pocket was constructed out of a postcard. And I put this here. Oh, I made a bookmark. Let me get that out of the way. But this here is a beautiful old envelope that I am including. Do not know the date on this, but it's old for sure. And I believe the original letter is in here. I don't know. I didn't read it, but I don't know. Be interested. And it's typewritten. It's like I don't know. I'll show you. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a purpley kind of typewritten. I think there might be 3 pages. Looks like 3 pages, full-size pages. So anyway, we'll slip that back in there, keep it safe. And I included this little book page. I just have saved this for so long, but it says, "Should we ever become lost in the woods?" I just think it's so pretty, little vintage page. Let's put those back in there before I lose them. I'm very adept at losing things. All right, there. Okay, looks good. All right, here's another pocket. And I put this little saying here. It says, "Tales of Intrigue and Adventure." So, hey, if that's your life, you go for it. I made this little piece out of, I think it was an old greeting card. I'm not really sure. All these pieces flying around everywhere. And there's another piece from a botanical book there and is in that pocket as well. I've got a couple old pieces here and a piece that I made here, which is, you can pull it right off. How did I do that? I gotta think how I did. Oh no, maybe that was for a tuck. That's what I did. I can't remember. I don't know. I can't remember things. Just bear with me. But you can make little notes underneath here. So yeah. Gosh, I couldn't remember. Sorry about that, guys. All right, I'm gonna flip through here just as fast as I can, if I can. If not, just bear with me. That's a lot of writing room there, and a pocket where I put some bits in there. This is from some antique wallpaper that I have. So I put this on the back, so it made a really nice writing card. And we cannot throw anything away, can we? No, we cannot. So let's pull this over so you can see some vintage paper. I think this was an old placemat. I think that's what these were placemats. And then, oh my goodness, there's a whole bunch in this pocket. But let me put this back in so you can see what these are. Oh, writing room. You want to see the writing room. Let me straighten this out. Got a little bent here. It happens. And I saved this for the longest time. It was the front piece to a book. And I just thought it was so pretty. And this little piece, which I think I may have harvested also off a greeting card, but I can't remember. A little bit of John Darien here, and I'm gonna push this here so it doesn't, there we go. That works good. I put some Timmy tape on that as well. Stain pages, and of course this ledger is from 1915. And a little bit more room there, which I folded. Here's some, I think this is some receipts from the 50s. Looks like it, 52. And then this one is a blank one, which I thought was really, really neat. I love to find stuff that's really old but never used. So cool. And then I put some things in here in this pocket that I made. And this is from 1903, I think, if I'm seeing that correctly. That's what it looks like to me. And then a page from a botanical book that makes a lovely, lovely writing surface. And then I had a bunch of these cards. They were from the drawings of Segui, which I love Segui. And yeah, the first time I ever saw Segui was at an antique show, and I saw the original pieces that were framed, and I just stood there for hours staring at them. Took my breath away. Anyway, I happened on those postcards. Some Pepin paper, some antique paper from a book that was logarithms. I've added that quite a bit in my journals. I love it. And then this picture for the center, I thought was so pretty. We have a lot of turkeys that hang around our place. And they've had some babies too, but they're kind of teenagers now. I saw them the other day. Some more journaling cards in here. And I think this piece came from the Graphics Fairy. Yes, it did. So pretty. Here's another pocket here. Little old piece in here, and some pieces from books for journaling cards. Gotta have our journaling cards. And an old piece there, and this is not old, this piece, but I thought it'd make a really nice journaling card as well. And then this piece from botanical book too. And let's see, whoops, what have we got here? More writing room. Little old piece here, and another old piece here from, I don't know what the date is, but it's old. And a couple more older pieces there as well on that Pepin page. This I made copies a long time ago on stained paper, and I'm still using them up, but this was from my own botanical imagery that I have. They're so pretty. And here's the end of the first signature, and I included a couple of book pages there, also made into journaling spots as well. Okay, let's get into the second. There, I needed to turn on my light, so I'm hoping that will be better. All right, the second signature. Again, with this one, I constructed a pocket here and put in this tag. That's a large one. And this is why I said there was 180 page sides plus, because I made a notepad. So I just thought that came out really good. This is some antique from, looks like 1890 something, and it may have been French, but it was stamped, and I thought it was so pretty, so I put it on the front there. Hope you can see okay. I also printed some stuff off the Graphics Fairy and just made the sweetest little, I think, the sweetest little like notepad. So cute. And in the back, I got a pocket with some more little journaling pieces in there. So that works pretty good, I thought. So it does increase the journaling spots for sure. So all these signatures, I put cloth here on the spine so that they're sturdy and they should last a while. Here's another pocket in here, which I put a large journaling card in there. And then another pocket on this side with a couple more pieces to journal on there. And this is from the John Darien book. Isn't that pretty? Some Pepin paper, some stained paper with lines on it, and some vintage music sheet there for that page. And some vintage or antique bits in here, or a mixture of. Isn't that pretty? I'm trying to, oh, it's so glary. I don't think you can see it, but it's a gorgeous swan. Can you see it now? Hope so. That's a nice old photograph that I put in there. And this pocket is, I embossed it here, and it's handmade paper as well. Some, a book, a piece of a book, botanical book there. I'll get that out for a journaling card there, and a couple of old pieces in there as well in that pocket. And this ledger, I think this is from 1902, if I remember correctly. And more bits and pieces, some lace I put on this scrapbook paper, made the pocket as well, and put some vintage bit in there with some constructed pieces from, I think they were from a book, I think. Here's some antique paper, but it's really beautiful, nice paper. And here's some Pepin paper, and here's from a ledger, and I don't know what the date is. I think, oh, it says 62. Well, there you go. And this little guy is a nice little tuck spot for a couple of made cards there for journaling. And also in the center, I have a pocket here and a pocket on this side and a tuck here made out of a old postcard. And then these pop right off and you can journal underneath. And they're not hard to put back. Just line them up, bend it like that. There you go. And that one's the same underneath. All right, so we're gonna go backwards now. Here's some mixture of old and new in here. And there we go. Same with here, mixture of old and new. This is so pretty. I love how it says heartiest congratulations, and it feels so nice because it's embossed. Little old piece. It says to Papa from Winifred on the back. Sweet. And this lady, I was doing some cleaning, much needed cleaning, and came across her. I had made copies of her from a tintype that I have. She's so pretty. And I thought, well, I definitely got to include that. She's got a nice space there to write on and underneath as well. So she just slips back in there. Let's put her back this way. Lots of nice writing room there. And in this pocket, I put a couple pieces as well. Okay, so this is the third signature. And if you watch my last video, you'll remember what this is. There you go, more writing room and a pocket as well under there. Those are fun to do. I don't know if any of you tried that, but hey, easy. We like easy. Here's another little pocket here. I really love how this page turned out. I guess because it looked like an old blackboard to me, that paper. Love this owl too. I am quite partial to owls. This is so pretty, from John Darien book as well. This was from John Darien too. And this came from an old botanical guide. And in this pocket that I made, and I think I printed that off the graphics Fairy as well. And I love this card, came from a book. So pretty. So I made a journaling card of that as well. This was from the 18th of May, 1914. Had to include that in there. Nice piece of paper. And this was to the same man as well. So those look pretty good, I thought, together in there. And here's some larger pieces to journal on as well. This came out of an old book, Passenger Pigeons. I don't know if they're extinct. I think they are. I can't quite remember though. This is from 1891. I have included quite a bit of that into my journals. Nice stained Braille paper. Here's a little old receipt. And when we flip through, we'll find the date on that. Little tuck here from a page from a vintage book. And some more pieces in here in this pocket. That's a nice big long one to journal on. And I don't know the date on this ledger, but it's 1800s. Don't know the exact date, sorry. Little tuck there. This is from a shrub guide that's vintage. I printed this off, it might have been Ruby and Pearl. It may have been Ruby and Pearl. And that's the center of the third signature, which came out of a herbarium book. Is that how you say it? Herbarium? I couldn't remember. This is not old. It looks old, but it's not. But it's a lovely little card to journal on. More bits and pieces in here, old and new. And 19-something, 1900-something. So it's antique, but I don't know the exact date. If you can figure it out, that's great. I use quite a bit of my bloom tape too, my Amity bloom tape. So I think it's so pretty. Love how it supports the pages and it makes them look so pretty. This lady I've had in my collection as well, and I found her and I thought, oh, I definitely got to use her too. So yeah, she makes a nice journaling card. She looks like she's straight from Paris to me. And here's a little old antique, I guess you call them a Victorian calling card. And you flip it open and the name is underneath. It's so pretty. And then what do we have here? Oh yes, I put this little stained paper clip here. Oh yes, I remember what I did now. Let me move this over and pull this here. I made some little punches here and flip this up. That's right. And I put some cloth there, so it just flips right up. So you can journal underneath that, and I made a pocket as well. Yeah, so it's a pocket flip thingy. There you go. Now you can see with a pocket underneath. I guess that's what you call it. With a large journaling tag in there as well. So that was a fun thing to make. And then here is the very back, and I had to include this lady. Little cabinet card, probably from the turn of the 1900s. I mean 1800s to 1900s, excuse me. And then this is just a modern postcard printed in the 2020s, but it's by Cavallini. It's so pretty. And I had made a little pocket there and a little tuck up here. So I had a piece that had ripped off and I thought, how am I going to use that? And you can see the rip right there as well, but it made a nice little tuck. So there you go. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. It was so fun to be able to do a share with you and to show you what one of the pieces that I had been creating and I had finished, and I've got others. Oh yeah, that's that little piece there. You can see there was a name underneath. See how the paper has turned? That was Dora Smith. We're going to put her back. Maybe that's Dora Smith. Who knows? All right, so here you get to see that wild cloth on the back, which I think is so pretty. It's got just a little bit of texture to it, and I love the debossed cover. So thank you so much for joining me. She's in my Etsy if anybody's interested, and I hope you guys are all well. And it's nice again to be back with you. So take care all. Till next time. Bye.